Hey, what's up, everybody? I am Shara Prophet, the founder of Open Door Hypnosis and the Be Magic School. And I am certified in clinical hypnotherapy. Today, we're going to be talking about the Diddy effect and how you do not have to be healed to get a bag, but you do have to be healed if you want to keep it. Give me 1 second here while Facebook gets started. It's a little bit of a lag, so I have to take a few seconds to make sure that it is doing what it's supposed to be doing. Just bear with me. As you all come into the live, please feel free to share this video and tag your friends in it. Okay. All right, there we go. Okay. All right, so let's just get right into this. So, and stay tuned because I have a couple of announcements to make at the end of this, all right? So let's just jump right into this. A lot of people, and I used to think this way too, that you have to be like completely healed and all of that stuff for you to, you know, get more financial abundance or have access to more money or, things like that. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong that, healing does help that. Of course it does, because as you heal, you have more clarity. You are more, hey, Takana, as you heal, you have more clarity. You are more open to creative ideas and inspired ideas because you're more connected to source. You're more connected to your spirit team and to your ancestors and things like that, right? So it does help to heal as you are building whatever it is you're building or as you are creating wealth for yourself. But as we can see, right, in the world around us and looking at certain people's lives, that a lot of people are not healed at all, and they have multiple millions of dollars. They are billionaires, trillionaires, right? But this is the thing about it. You can have all the money in the world, but if you are ignoring the parts of you that are crying out to be healed, the parts of you that need that restoration and that needs to be recalibrated, and there's energy inside of you that needs to be released. If you continue to ignore that, eventually it's going to catch up with you, okay? Eventually it is going to have your entire empire crumble. And we're seeing that happen now. We're seeing that. You've always seen it, but it's so much more in our faces right now. And it's just happening like one after the other, I think Drake is up now, right? So, and I'm not laughing at anybody's misfortune because I don't care what you do or how bad you've been. I'm never going to rejoice and be glad in somebody's downfall and somebody losing something that they've built, right? Because I do understand that we have an inner saboteur, and everybody's not going to be healing in this particular lifetime. Everybody's not here to heal. That's just a fact. And when you get to a point where you can understand that that's not everybody's journey, then you're able to release things a lot faster, and you don't have to hold people hostage when they are not on the same track as you. But when we look at somebody like Diddy, right, who has bowed down to the lower parts of himself, right? He's bowed down and he's bent over, no pun intended, pun intended, okay? He has bowed to a lower God, a lowercase God, okay? And because he wasn't healed, and because he was so eager to get that fame, that glory, that power, that recognition, that bag, he was willing to do whatever it took. And see, where people are focusing a lot on the stuff that he has done to other people, but I'm saying, where did he learn it from? He learned it from somebody, right? Somebody taught him how to run his business that way. It happened to him. And the reason it happened to him, now I don't know if it happened to him when he was a kid or it started happening to him when he got into the industry. I used to work in the industry and I know how brutal and dark it is. You know, it is ran by people who bow down to a lower energy, a lower frequency. That is a fact. That is not, it's not a conspiracy. Okay, that is a fact. If you study the history of Hollywood, okay, you study and the energetic associations to Hollywood and music. I'm not going to get into all of that, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Okay. It is associated with the lower part of man, the lower frequency and the lower energy of man. You could call it Satan, you can call it all these other deities, but really it is the lower frequency of man, of humans, okay? Because we create all that stuff. We create all of those entities and those energies with the things that we choose to do. We got free will down here. Ain't nothing, there's no puppeteer. There's nothing down here making us, oh, this is making me do it and I can't control myself. You're choosing to do those things because you feel like you don't have another choice. You don't have another choice. And looking at this whole situation with Diddy, I'm seeing that he felt as though he didn't have a choice. So he chose, or he allowed himself to bow down to what other people are saying, Satan and the devil, but I'm just saying he bowed down to another human being who had more than he had, who had more status, had more connections, had more money, okay, more authority than he did when he entered into the business. And they told him what he had to do in order to get X, Y, and Z. And he did it because he wanted it that bad. He did not believe that he could get it without having to do that. So this is why you don't have to be healed to get a bag. You can get a bag. People are getting bags every day, baby. People are becoming millionaires every single day. Some people are doing it, you know, some people are doing it with integrity and based on their value system. And then there's some people who are like, I don't care what I got to do, I'm gonna do it. Okay. But you end up paying for that in the end. So if you want to sustain wealth, you want to sustain status and authority, you better be healing. Let's talk about why. Why does it fall apart when you don't heal? This is why. Some of it's karma, if you believe in karma, like some of it is that if you're doing things, if you, whatever you're putting out there, is coming back to you, okay? Because that's the law. That's the law. Whatever you put out there, it's going to boomerang and come on right back to get you, okay? So, but let's talk about the reasons why this happens when we don't heal. Because the energy inside of you, right, whether you want to call it your soul or whatever, that part of you, that part inside of you makes sure that you feel the pressure. You feel the pressure because it's trying to get your attention, right? So if it can't get your attention like that, it's just going to keep pressing down and pressing down and pressing down and pressing down on you. And the more it presses down on you, it starts to happen from within, right? So that's why you see a lot of these, you know, people have a lot of health issues, some that you don't even know about, but I guarantee you, Diddy got a lot of health issues. I guarantee you he does. I don't know his medical history, but I just looking at him, he got some health issues. And he's had them for a while. Because from the inside out, he is being devoured. from the inside out. And once it's not getting your attention from devouring you from the inside out, meaning you're having health issues and things of that nature, you can't sleep at night, you're having, you know, bad dreams and all of the above, all of the stuff, he's dealing with that. I guarantee you he is, okay? So once that isn't enough to make you pay attention to what's happening inside of you and make you start making those shifts and adjustments and raising yourself up, raising your vibration and starting that Kundalini awakening that people want to call witchcraft, when all it is you healing and coming out of your lower form and rising up to a lighter frequency, a higher frequency. That's what the Kundalini awakening is. You coming from your lower form, rising into the Christ consciousness, Christians, that's what that is. Okay? Because I'm tired of hearing about this is witchcraft and that's what, like, come on, man. Do what you want to do. Live your life the way you want to live it. But before you call anything demonic, evil, or witchcraft, do your research first. Do your research. That's why I encourage people to study energy. Because once you study energy, you can take all of the names off of everything. You can take Satan out of it. You can take the devil out of it. You can take God and Jesus and Buddha and Krishna and everybody else out of it, because now all you're doing is you're focusing on the presence, the energy. That's what you're looking at. Once you understand what that looks like, then you can stop beating up everybody else for what they believe in. All you did was just call it something different. That's all we're doing. We're just calling the energy something different. Okay, I'm gonna get off of that now. But getting back to Diddy, I'm using him as an example because it happens not just to celebrities and to people who are in higher statuses and in positions of authority. It happens to everybody. I don't care if you work a 9 to 5 at the government, you know, the government office. It happens to everybody. I see it happening to people who are not in the public eye. So if it can't catch your attention by shutting the body down through illness, you know, mental illness, things like that, what happens is your outside world starts to fall apart. That is what we're seeing. This is why you have to be healed to keep your bag, to sustain the life that you've built for yourself. And as you heal, you will naturally detach from the things that vibrate at a lower frequency. That's why I tell people, like, it's nothing wrong with you going after the bag and being concerned about your money. I'm very concerned about money. I'm very, you know, I'm about my money, right? But I have no problem with taking a week or two off if it and maybe losing some money to focus on me, to focus on what I need to do to make sure I'm staying grounded and I know that I am connected to source, not staying connected to source, because you can never not be connected to source. Even the person who you see is the most evil person in the world, and that's how you perceive them, as the most evil person in the world, they're still connected to source. You can never not be connected to source. You can distance yourself, but you will always be connected. That's just like your parent. You can stop talking to your mama and your daddy, but you're still connected. You know what I mean? Those still your people. That's how it is with source. Okay? And at any time you decide to recommit yourself to yourself, which is coming back to nature, coming back to source, you can do that at any time. You can always do that. But it's not an excuse to continue to keep yourself distant from the highest, purest, truest form of you, which is the source within you. That's how you maintain and sustain and expand and multiply the good in your life. That's how you do that, by consistently doing the work and every day, just sitting with yourself. Take a moment to just sit with self and just be quiet. I think I'm going to probably do a class on meditation. You know what I mean? Because it's more simple than people think that it is. I know people who are like, no, I haven't started. I started it, but I just stopped because I just couldn't get my mind to stop going. I'm like, it's not about that. That's not meditation. Meditation is not about you stopping your mind from thinking. It is designed to think. That's like you trying to stop your heart from beating. You know what I mean? You can't do that. Your mind produces thoughts. That's what it does. Now, meditation helps you direct the flow of the thoughts. Instead of you staying focused on the thought and allowing the thought to run away with you like a spoon, right? Now you're just acknowledging it and letting it go, like a leaf falling off a tree. Okay, and you refocus, you reset. But when you do that, when you sit with yourself, what you're doing and the things that do come up, especially in the beginning stages of you practicing meditation and just being at one with self, right? Because that's really what it is. You're just being at one with you. But being at one with the self is uncomfortable for a lot of people. And if it's uncomfortable for you, you need to ask yourself, why? What thoughts are coming up? What feelings are coming up? If you feel like you don't have time because you got to go and work and go do this and go do that, what are you afraid of? What are you afraid that you're going to miss out on if you feel like you don't have time to commit to yourself for 1 to 5 minutes? You can do that sitting on the toilet. You can do that in the shower. You can do it brushing your teeth. You don't have to just be sitting still, but you need to be aware of self. Okay? That's how you start finding out what needs to be adjusted. Okay, what things you need to look at. That's how you start taking self-inventory. And see, we are in a time right now where people are being pushed into it. People are being pushed into it. And if you're not doing it, guess what? Your world will fall apart. That's what's happening right now. That's what we're seeing. People who have not answered the call to make those adjustments, to heal thyself. Physician, heal thyself. Those of you who are not doing that, and those people out there that are not doing that, guess what? We're seeing it in real time in our faces, the repercussions for not doing that. That's what's going on right now. The repercussions for not trusting in the process. By needing it now, I need it now. So I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do to make sure I get it now. And once you get a taste of that, you need more. It's like it's chasing the dragon. I know. Okay. But if you don't have the wherewithal to withdraw and be like, ooh, I'm getting too caught up in that. Let me back up off of that for me. Let me reset. Let me recalibrate. And let me get clear on what I want and what I'm willing to do to get it. Who am I willing to become to get it? How far am I willing to go? Right? And I'm sure these people have had that conversation with themselves, but they chose to go the other way. They did not choose the narrow path. They chose the easy path. The narrow path is not easy. It's not easy. It ain't easy. Believe me, it ain't easy. Okay. But when it is time for you to sit down and to do that inner work, the best thing for you to do is to sit down and do the inner work. Because the more you do it, the faster you're going to get through things. You're going to notice that the more you get good at being like, okay, let me sit down and work this out energetically, the more you do it, the faster you move through these trials, these situations. You move through it a lot faster. The other part of this is that if you feel like you gotta have it right now and you don't know what to do if you don't get it right now, like if it makes you depressed because you're not at a certain level that you think you should be, or because you're not making a certain amount of money, or because you don't have the house and the car and you don't have all of the things that you think you're supposed to have right now and is making you depressed, I want you to ask yourself one question. How would I feel if I had all of those things? And whatever comes up for you, that is what you need to be focusing on daily, to position yourself to feel that way. Well, how do I position myself to feel that way, Sharon? You gotta get an alignment with the feeling instead of aligning with the thing. That's manifestation 101, baby. Because you want to relax your nervous system. And the reason why your nervous system is not relaxed is because you keep running back to the memory of not being enough, not having enough, lack, poverty consciousness, having to prove yourself, perfectionism. All of that is tied to self-worth. I don't feel like I'm good enough unless I'm making this amount of money, unless I got these homes and this car and I get to do this and I get to dress this way and I get to wear these labels and things like that. There's nothing wrong with any of that. Believe me, I love all of it. I love all of it. I do. I do. I love it all. Okay. However, I don't need it to be happy. I don't need that to be happy. I figured out a way to conjure joy with zero outside condition influencing my joy. What you gonna do if we are ever in a position where you cannot get inside of your fancy car to drive it because there are no more gas stations available because the grid has gone down? What you gonna do? Are you gonna be depressed? You're gonna be sad because you can't get in your car, because you can't go to the bank and get your money out because there's no such thing as money anymore? You're gonna be mad, you're gonna get upset, you're gonna get sad, you're gonna be depressed. That's not gonna help you in situations like that. You need to prepare yourself. And the way you prepare yourself is by understanding how your energy works and understanding how your subconscious mind works. That's how you prepare yourself. Oh man, I'm not even speaking into my microphone. Can y'all hear me okay? Let me see if I can switch it up real quick. Okay, hopefully that's better. The thing that I focus on a lot in my classes is, and don't get me wrong, you manifest stuff, right? You get what you want. Things come in. People are manifesting all types of stuff after working with me and being in my classes. Okay, whether we work one-on-one or whether you're taking a class, people, all types of stuff is popping off, believe me. But I don't put a lot of focus on things. I want you to get what you want, because you're going, and this is the reason why I don't focus on it that much, because I already know you're going to get what you want. plus some. But the most valuable thing you can have is having full control over your nervous system. Learning how to conjure joy and happiness and calm like that. That's the most valuable thing you can do. Because when you do that, what happens is it gets your mind so clear that the next step is instantly revealed to you. And that is how your blessings come. That is how instant manifestation happens, because you're not like this. You're not anxious. You're not, wound up. You're not in a hypersuggestible state, which causes brain fog, confusion. It makes you make it makes you have irrational thoughts. And then you take actions that go against the very thing that you want to experience or that you're trying to create. And it's not about suppressing your emotions or your feelings. No, it's about learning how to alchemize them. And I think that that's the most valuable tool that you can have. But it is not an easy thing to do. It's not easy. You have to practice it. You need tools to help you achieve those things. And understanding the mechanics behind how it works, why it works, makes it work 10 times as fast, right? For those of you who've worked with me, y'all understand what I'm talking about. Okay. Anybody can get a bag. It's so easy to get a bag, y'all. It's so easy to become wealthy in the time that we're living in right now. Look at all that's available to us. Thanks to, in large part, to technology. It's so easy. You don't even have to get up and leave your house to make money now. There's social media, there's technology, there's email things. I mean, there's so many things you can do. And if you do want to leave the house, I mean, you can rent your car out. You can jump in your car and go make $100 real fast for 2 hours of Ubering or whatever people do. You know what I mean? Like, it is easy to make money now. It's very easy to make money. That's not the hard part. Keeping it, sustaining it is. We talked about the ways that the nervous system impacts your finances, right? And why am I so on finances right now? Because I just am, because things change over time. I was focusing on codependency and anxiety at one point, and now right now it's about finances, but in a different way. I'm not here to teach you how to make $1 million. I'm not here to create millionaires. I'm not doing that. What I am doing is helping you better align with the wealth that's already within you. That's it. It's not outside of you. It's already in you. It's just now you have to tap into it. And once you tap into what's inside of you, the obstacles that you come up against that keep you from meeting your financial goals just start to dissipate and melt away, because you're not looking outside. It's already there. This is what I'm trying to say. Your money is already there, right? It's just like the air you breathe. It's like the air around you. It's like the blood running through your veins. It's currency. It's there. It flows in, it flows out, just like the air, just like your breath, right? Coming in, sending back out, and bringing more in, a little bit more now, and sending some out, okay? Keeping some, putting it over here, and letting it multiply, keeping it in circulation. It's already there. You probably don't even need anybody to teach you how to make money. Everybody has an idea. We all wake up with ideas. We all get these ideas because we are all connected to the collective consciousness, and the collective consciousness is constantly, this stuff always floating around up there, right? Always. But if your mind isn't clear and you're worried and you're anxious about making it and getting the bag, if you are so insecure about it and you're so anxious about it, guess what? It's clouding your judgment. It's clouding your mind. It's blocking the communication between you and the collective consciousness. You can't even catch the ideas because you're just right here, tunnel vision. You're scared. When you start to heal and start to learn how to energetically release the stuff that's blocking your communication between you and that divine idea that can turn into a stream of income for you or multiple streams of income for you, right? Once you start healing and clearing the energy out, then you have access to all of that. And once you get the idea in, there are things that you can do to align even further with the next step. But the main thing is keeping yourself calm, focused, relaxed, grounded, clear. So that it's easy. It doesn't feel like you're even if you have, because I have days where I'm like, oh, God, it's a lot of work to do. You know what I mean? Or goodness, it's like, why is this not working? But I'm able to laugh about it. I don't get so frustrated like I used to that I just shut it all down and be like, forget it, I ain't doing it, I'm tired. I don't do that. I know how to navigate through the energies. I know how to navigate through the different phases of things. And once you do that, it releases the need to have everything because you already feel like you have everything. Does that make sense? But it takes work to get to that space. I was not always in this space. It took a lot of work for me to get to a place where I feel like I already have everything that I need. Therefore, I don't ever need to worry about it. And throughout my work day, I'm feeling elevated. I feel light. I feel free. I feel joyful. I feel relaxed. I'm enjoying what I'm doing. Even the stuff I don't enjoy doing, I am now actually enjoying it. So this is what I mean by the different approach to getting the bag, receiving the bag, not getting it, but receiving it because it's already there. You already got it. That's the main thing is you already have it. Now you just need to open yourself to receive it and continue to do the work because you have tools now to assist you with doing the work so that you can maintain it, expand it, and multiply it. Yes, Takana. And guess what? It's an everyday practice. It's an everyday practice. And I think another thing that happens to a lot of us is because because we have to every now and again go back and do it again. Like I thought I did this already. I thought I was already in this space, right? It makes you feel like you haven't done enough or you're not doing it right or something broken or something wrong or something off. And guess what? It's not. It's nothing broken, nothing's off, nothing's wrong. It's just a practice. Do you eat on Monday and then you're like, oh, I ain't got to eat again. I never have to eat again. No, you have to eat every day. I mean, some of us, depending on who you are, right? But you have to eat again. You're going to eat again, right? You're going to go to the store. You're going to go grocery shopping and you're going to come home and you're going to prepare your food and you're going to eat. That's something that you're just going to have to do. Did you go to the bathroom one time and then be like, I'm good. I don't have to go to the bathroom ever again? No, you have to keep going to the bathroom. Everything is cyclical. Like you have to keep doing these things. It's the same thing with programming your mind and your nervous system. You have to keep doing it because this is the thing. unconsciously, you've been practicing how to stay in a state of hypersuggestibility, anxiety, fear, doubt, and worry. You've been doing that your whole life. You just weren't aware of it because you were programmed to operate that way. So it's really easy to be in a state of fear and panic and anxiety about your finances. It's real easy to be afraid that you're not going to make it, that you got to do weird things just so that you can get where you want to go, that you got to lick somebody's boots just to get to where you got to go, where you want to go. Right? Because we are even fed the illusion that there are these people, the small percentage of people that control everything. They control us. We are fed that. So when you're fed that over and over and over again, you got to understand that's a part of the agenda as well. Okay. As I already told y'all, the pseudo powers that be, they understand this science. They understand it very well. And they put it in everything all the time. So if you tell somebody something enough times, guess what? That is autosuggestion, which means they are hypnotizing you to believe that there is a small elite group of people that control the whole world, and it's nothing that us lowly, powerless people can do about it. But why would you need to control the whole world unless you knew that if these people woke up, if these people stopped believing that they were powerless, we would not have what we have. We would be nothing. We would not have the control. Why do you think people are fighting so hard to maintain the control? Why do you think that's happening? Because it's an illusion. You're powerful. You're strong. You're smart. It is your divine birthright to be wealthy, to be healthy, to be happy, to heal, to have whatever you want. It's your divine birthright. But you have been hypnotized, programmed to believe otherwise. That's why you feel like things got to come hard, that everything's hard, that life is not easy, and that is, but you know why it's not hard, why it's not easy? Because not because life itself is hard, no, because you are going up against programs inside of yourself that have been fed to you from the outside world. This is hypnosis, y'all. This is why I want you to understand how it works. It's not just happening in a session or on a stage. It is happening every day, all the time, all around you. Okay. Look at your belief system. Take a look at sit down and take a look at your belief system, whether it's around money, whether it's around relationships, like romantic relationships, whether it's around, family, politics. Sit down for a minute and just run through the Rolodex of your beliefs. Like, where did that come from? Why do I believe that? Do I really believe that? And if so, when did I start thinking that way? That's right. Thomas said clearing out old dead things to make new room for new. Okay. When you take time to run through yourself, to run through that Rolodex of your beliefs, and things just start sticking out, and you're like, I don't know if I believe that anymore. Like, I don't know. What does that really, how far has that gotten me? Like, what has that done for me? When you start asking those kinds of questions, that is you opening up the doorways. That's why one of my businesses is called Open Door Hypnosis. Because through a certain line of questioning, those are keys that you, or codes, right? You're decoding something. Those are keys that you're using to unlock a door. Or it's like a password. Those questions are like passwords. You're just unlocking or opening up something that was once closed to you. And because you asked the right question, it's now opened up. And once you open that door, you gain access to elevated ways of thinking, the Christ consciousness. That's not Jesus Christ, it ain't some man. It is a consciousness, a higher level of consciousness. That's what it is. There are higher levels of consciousness. There's lower levels of consciousness. Okay. None of it's bad or good. It's just what it is. And you decide, how do I feel when I'm operating in this level of consciousness versus how do I feel when I'm operating in this level of consciousness? I feel better over here. Let me just stay in this level of consciousness. And whenever I feel myself going down here, oh, I got a tool. I got something to help open that doorway again and go through that doorway and elevate up again. That is all that you're doing. That is how ascension works. That is how healing works. That is how elevating yourself works. That's what's going on. Okay. So this Thursday, I am doing a free class pass. I'm offering a free class pass for you guys to come in and audit our week 2 session of the Mystical Money Mastermind 2.0. We already have like 30 people already signed up for that. So the registration is still available for that. So I'll be sure to put all of that stuff in the comments after this video is wrapped up. And then on Sunday, May 19th, I am doing an ancestor reparations ritual. Okay. And this is specifically for American descendants of slaves, specifically for ADOS. Okay. Usually all of my services are available to everyone. It doesn't matter what creed, race, color, or whatever, right? But this one is specific to ADOS. Okay. If you are an American born Black person and you are a descendant of slaves, then you know that, you know if you are, okay? Then this particular ritual is for you. We are going to be harnessing the energy of, first of all, this Taurus season, okay? This is like almost the last day. This is the day before my birthday, actually, because my birthday is on May 20th on Monday. So we're almost at the end of Taurus season. And I already talked about how powerful this Taurus season has been, right? Especially when it comes to, financial abundance and tapping into your self-worth and understanding value and things like that, right? So not only are we tapping into this Taurus season energy, but it's happening on a Sunday. So we're tapping into the sun energy. And then I'm also going to be doing it in the planetary hour of Jupiter, okay? Which is about expansion. That's about getting guidance and, really tapping into the different ways that we can and this is the thing, we're not asking them to please let us get reparations, baby. That's happened already. That's going to happen. It's not a matter of if we're getting it, it's when and how much. So because it is happening, and you need to understand that it is happening, okay? It has to, because it is written. It has to happen. It has to happen, okay? If America does not want to sink and fall completely apart, it has to happen. This is an energetic, spiritual thing. They got to make their offering. They have to redeem themselves, okay? And I'm frozen over here because I started talking about reparations, which is fine. Either way, you all will get emails. If you're on the email list, you're going to get an email about it. But I will put the links in the comments so that you all can get more information about it. Okay, and sign up. It's $44 for the ritual. Of course, the class audit that's happening on Thursday, May 16th, that is completely free. But I look forward to seeing you all in both of those classes. And if you have any questions, just pop them down in the comments. Or you can just send me a message in Facebook Messenger, okay? All right, y'all. Have a wonderful, beautiful, what is this, Tuesday? What? I thought yesterday was Tuesday. Anyway, I hope you all, oh, it's not freezing over there? Okay, well, that's good. Excellent, excellent. All right, y'all. Well, I will see y'all in the next video. And be sure to check out the links in the comment section and share with anybody that you feel may find this information valuable.